What is a sustainable city? What kind of pressures do our urban spaces have to face? What examples can small and medium cities set, and how can their successes be reproduced around Europe? Let's see if the lessons are being learned at the 5th European Summit of Regions and Cities in Copenhagen.
Approximately half of the world's population lives in urban areas. By 2030, 80% of Europeans are expected to live in cities. This means sustainable urban development is critical for future European policies. Often, local and regional areas stand out for eco-friendly practices, becoming open laboratories of sustainability. As the title of the summit suggests, the European urban fabric in the 21st century.
Historically, cities have always been innovation centres, but it's especially from the typical medium-sized European city that innovation starts. Now, even the Chinese have discovered that small is beautiful, or better, middle-sized is beautiful. They found that cities of 500,000 to 600,000 residents are much more sustainable, and they're building medium-sized urban areas to avoid their cities turning into megacities.
Beautiful, green, smart and inclusive, colourful cities. Regional mayors and presidents shared and showcased their practical solutions and strategies to promote sustainable development at a local level. Among them was the mayor of Vitoria, the Basque city that holds the title of European Green Capital 2012. Among its innovative projects is the Inner Green Belt.
Vitoria is surrounded by a green belt of parks, and we're going to repeat this experience inside the city. We're going to transform some communication axes and streets into what we're calling the Inner Green Belt, introducing nature inside the city.
Sustainable practice is often associated with rich countries, but the summit's key players pointed out that the green economy is an opportunity for regions with weaker economies, and the UN Environment Programme's director says there's a wind of change in the market.
What we are seeing in the real economy today already is that there are significant new investments in the transition towards a green economy. In the year 2010, for instance, worldwide, the total investment in renewable energies was over $210 billion, which is more than the combined total for oil, gas and coal in the world of electricity generation. So we are seeing those transitions happen, but they need to be accelerated, and public policy is as important as the ability of the market to actually engage in this. But financing remains a critical part of that.
Copenhagen's a good example of how a green economy is an economically viable bet. Institutions, industry and education are working together to make Copenhagen the first carbon-neutral capital by 2025. Its CO2 emissions, says the mayor, have been cut by 20% over the past 10 years.
That's a good business for us as a city to invest in collective solutions like district heating systems, like district cooling systems. Sustainable solutions is a good business. It's a good business for the city, for the budget in the city. It's a good business for creating new jobs.
Once the money's raised, one question remains: how to use it? How should cities be organised to be efficient and livable? Urban planners suggest that sustainable cities will be high density and compact to decrease pressure on resources.
We will have to change the way we move around, and we'll have to change the way we build. I think that over there is more or less what I think we shall not do any much more of, because these are freestanding buildings in the old way of the modernists who did a block and another block, and in between there's sort of no man's land. We will have to build much more in an urban way around public spaces, squares, streets, parks, which invite people to walk and bicycle, but also to meet each other.
Many of the world's cities are broken already, or at breaking point. Parched, hungry, polluted, congested, dysfunctional or downright dangerous. The summit hopes to provide some of the answers.